You pull up to the gas pump, grab the nozzle, and stare at the numbers: 87, 89, 93. Most drivers select the cheapest option to save a few dollars, or reach for the premium handle, assuming it provides an immediate power boost. We tend to treat gasoline as a generic, interchangeable commodity, often overlooking the highly engineered chemical matrix flowing through that hose. This gauge represents calorific value, defining the total quantity of raw heat and power liberated when a fuel completely burns. To be viable, a fuel must satisfy three competing requirements. It has to be cheap to refine, safe to handle, and compact enough to store. Because it is impossible to satisfy all these conditions perfectly at the same time, a single flawless fuel cannot exist. Every option available to us is an engineered compromise. To extract the most energy possible from any fuel, an engine must compress the air-fuel mixture under extreme physical pressure. That compression generates intense heat. If a fuel is chemically unstable, that heat will cause the mixture to self-ignite before the spark plug even fires. This chaotic secondary explosion is called engine knock. It creates a violent shockwave that fights the upward motion of the piston, which can eventually shatter the internal metal components of the motor. This graph plots pressure against octane rating to show what those numbers at the pump actually signify. Octane is a measurement of knock resistance, the chemical ability of a fuel to withstand pressure without detonating. High-performance vehicles require 93 octane because their high-compression engines would destroy lower-octane fuels. It isn't that the fuel itself is faster, it's that it is more stable. When you pay for high octane, you are paying for chemical stability and engine survival. Standard low-compression commuter cars gain no performance benefit from this added resistance. This balancing act extends beyond the local gas station into the broader infrastructure of public transit and domestic heating. Compressed natural gas, or CNG, is composed primarily of methane and serves as a major power source for heavy city transit systems. As shown on the left, CNG requires a significant storage compromise. Because it remains a gas, those bouncing methane molecules need massive, thick-walled spherical tanks that take up a huge amount of physical space. The trade-off for that lost space is environmental. CNG burns very cleanly, producing far fewer harmful emissions than traditional diesel fuels. On the other side is liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG. Composed of propane and butane, it powers millions of suburban home appliances and outdoor grills. LPG solves the space problem by liquefying under pressure. It fits into small, compact cylinders, but it carries a carbon penalty, releasing greenhouse gases when it is burned. The physical state of a fuel dictates the design of our global infrastructure. We must either sacrifice physical space to lower emissions, or we sacrifice the environment to save on storage. Whether you are choosing an octane number at a local gas station or inspecting the massive tanks on a city bus, you are looking at a calculated chemical mixture. Harnessing raw energy requires a constant, negotiated compromise with physical limitations, pressure constraints, and environmental realities. Understanding this chemical matrix highlights the specific industrial refinements required to keep the modern world moving. To see the hidden science behind your daily tech, subscribe and hit the bell icon, and let us know in the comments, what specific octane rating does your daily driver require?